Montreal Police are under fire for tagging activists with a special sort of tracing ink. In fact, some members of the Occupy Montreal movement are now considering legal action against police because of it. The whole story started last week as police were expelling activists from Victoria Square downtown. Police claim the ink was used to identify the demonstrators. But as Rob Lurie reports, a Montreal lawyer says they violated people's human rights.
Ben Godin isn't too pleased with Montreal Police. Last Friday, as officers were breaking up the Occupy Montreal movement, he was part of a group that handcuffed themselves to the outdoor kitchen.
The police asked us to move, and we did not comply. They removed us by using force.
The protesters were taken to a bus where officers processed them.
They took pictures, and then they wrote one picture, one number here. I got the number 5 in black marker.
They also marked some with an ink that could only be seen under a UV light.
They said it was a means for identifying us if we returned to the site while they were continuing police operations, in which case we'd be arrested again and charged.
Police refused to give an on-camera interview, but they say this was the best way to ensure that the protesters didn't return to the square. And they add it's a technique used by clubs and bars for many years.
And surely that is not right.
But this constitutional lawyer is quick to point out the protesters weren't in a bar.
If the police said, "May we please do this," and the person said yes, then there's no problem.
He believes branding the protesters violates their civil rights.
You can't do something physically to somebody. You can't brand them, mark them, touch them, cut their hair. And physical acts are trespass.
Ben Godin and others are now considering a civil suit against police. Meanwhile, there could be other confrontations. Some protesters have now moved to the gazebo on Mount Royal, and authorities are watching their every step. Rob Lurie, CTV News.